can confirm that investigations will conclude in the National Service and SkyTrain scandals by the middle of April for prosecutions to begin. In the National Service scandal, 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing.
The question is the oral team working? And I said, after the oral team report was submission, what at all is afterwards? And I said, now, ladies and gentlemen, according to the Attorney General, because on matters relating to the NSS scandal, was it this time around, and then there are some officials who were involved in this NSS. Now, with these officials, some people try to pay some MPs, and I say a Ghanaian MPB. So on try not just one kata science according to the Attorney General, was it this is a new story altogether. And then from this issue, so he, the Attorney General, or take it as a personal because of said there are some officials almost was assembly said this time around that's the candidate in Sabekanina. I have a BJ so I saw best subscribe. After so we are sharing link in my phone. The next thing is we do well to leave a comment.
This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let me brief you into the NSS scandal. Now, according to the Attorney General, in some working with the NSS scandal, they have started the investigation and then some things are going on to the extent that where the investigation is going, through the happiest moment, and then some people are going to be prosecuted, whether they like it or not. Sikani de yede yensa bekanina ebusuafo we dey mean say yenti asema the Attorney General edituja because of say Ghanaians are having a lot to say about this oral team issue. Yenti the Attorney General.
Say something briefly about the oral investigations. Now, in respect of oral, significant work is going on in relation to the investigations of the allegations of looting of state resources contained in the oral report submitted to me a few weeks ago. In view of the fact that these matters are still under investigation, I will not go into the details as I have done with, the case of Eduboahin. But I can confirm that investigations will conclude in the National Service and SkyTrain scandals by the middle of April for prosecutions to begin. In the National Service scandal, 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing. They've, they are cooperating with our they've started singing, literally. Yeah? So we will give you details of their songs at the appropriate time. In view of the fact that, so indeed, we now have evidence of payments that were made into the accounts of the top executives of the National Service by vendors, private vendors, and staff of the scheme. We also have evidence that in November 2024, and listen to this carefully, the CEO of the National Service Scheme and others paid a Ghanaian MP to kill the story in the media and to defend them. Now, this is a developing story, and more will come out very soon.
So that's the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. After I said Attorney General didn't say me to Ghana, in some way I can say with the SkyTrain scandal. Now, not too long ago, and I just said Dr. Baumia, together with the NPP, the train, so issue. According to the Attorney General, this time around, and also science because of said there were some transactions of $2 million up to now. They don't know where that money went. So they are trying to say this time around, within some short possible time, latest by April, in summer air so within this whole scandal and Ombemu be side and also be a betting issue. Because of say some board members and I just more this SkyTrain that committee, some people themselves no more things in yes. How come say as soon as possible you people want to transact like $2 million and no and yen this if one more man yeah din woman abusia James and Kaiskano you more than that. And also some of the Attorney General signed to that.
In respect of SkyTrain, we can confirm that the $2 million was paid at the request of the chairman of the board of directors of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, that is GIIF, Prof. Ameya Ekumfi, and then Mr. And then the CEO, Mr. Solomon Asamoah, who is currently hiding in Senegal. We tracked him first and noticed that he was in South Africa. So he left Ghana somewhere around February 2nd, the 2nd of February, to South Africa. So we were monitoring him in South Africa. And then he left South Africa and is now in Senegal. When we contacted him, he told us that he will not come to Ghana until I think, no, he didn't say April, 3 months from now. Okay, so he's giving us 3 months to come to Ghana, very much like Ken Oforiatta, right? It reminds me of Ken Oforiatta. So he says he will come to Ghana in 3 months. So we are patiently waiting for him. If he wants to be tried in absentia, that is his choice to make. But we have the prosecutorial authority to, prosecute him in absentia. And of course, the person who acted with him to transfer that money, the Prof. Ameya Ekumfi, is in the country. So if there is going to be delay, we'll start the prosecution with him being a suspect who is being tried in absentia. So on the SkyTrain, we noticed that there was no board approval for a transaction, and the conditions precedent to disbursement had not been met. The other board members and our review of the minutes of the board of directors have confirmed this fact. So we requested for all the minutes, of the board of directors within the period that this transaction occurred. And our perusal of the minutes show quite clearly that there was no board approval. Also, the interrogation has revealed, that the other board members said that they did not have knowledge of this transaction. In fact, there was one of the minutes where one of the members questioned why the GIF was in a hurry to make payment for this transaction. And no, answer of any significance was given to him by the two persons who, schemed and transferred $2 million of taxpayers' money to a Mauritius company. In fact, we tracked the company to Mauritius, and a lawyer in Mauritius has confirmed to us that it is non-existent. But that's also, a developing story. Now, the money, you see, if you are buying shares in a company, okay, you are buying shares in a company, that's your equity contribution to that company. The money is supposed to be paid into the share account, the shares account of that company. But the money was given to Africa Investment Holdings, okay? And when, it was paid, we noticed that Africa Investment Holdings was paid 100,000 United States of American dollars as the GIF's contribution to equity. And then listen to this, 1.9 million was paid to Africa Investment Holdings as share premium. Now, when you are paying for share premium, for those of you who are accountants and lawyers, well-versed in corporate law, share premium is not paid for nothing. It is paid for the performance of the company or the growth of the company and so on and so forth. So the company must have a certain track record, okay? But maybe they know something that I do not know, and in the course of investigation, we may know why. Maybe there is some other principle for paying a share premium, to a company, an SPV that you just incorporated, all right? And I believe that the accountants will confirm that with share premium, it's easy for the directors to take the money than when it is the share, when the money is in the actual share account. So it can tell you that this was done with some criminal enterprise, in mind. But again, I'm not prejudging anything. If we come across evidence, okay, that shows that they are innocent, I will not go to court. I told this country that I will not take anybody to court unless I am convinced that there's evidence to prove the guilt of the person beyond reasonable doubt. And as I've laid out, you can tell from what we have done. And I must thank the Economic and Organized Crime Office, the director, and especially the deputy director in charge of operations, Raymond Archer. He led the operations. And on a weekly basis, we met, got briefings, himself, myself, and my deputy, and the team. We got briefings. We didn't talk about it. So I want to let you people know that when I'm investigating something, I will not give media interviews.
So that's the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. And then I had also a invitation. So I saw a like a video. So we are sharing for the next thing is you do what to leave a comment. Now, what do you think about this whole thing? Because of what Jane and then according to the Attorney General, this time around they are finding time. So mobile reading and then of course social media, and then they are going to find possible solutions to such things. Now we pray that the NSS scandal and then the Sky Train among Koyano 8 years MRDNC. Abusia Hanum ABJ show, so Medawasipi.
This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe.